Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. Welcome to it. 888-900-3393. Well, the freak show is finally over.
Is it, though?
Yeah, it's probably not. As long as they
this particular
exist.
One.
But yes, this segment of the freak show is over. So what did we learn from it? I think we learned that joy has replaced cackle. Just sheer joyousness. It's not a cackle. It's not a laugh. It's absolute joy. And everybody feels it right now.
I don't want to spoil anything, but did she actually accepted the nomination, right?
She did, surprisingly.
Okay.
She surprisingly did. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
But there was not a single policy issue, I don't think, that we heard about. We didn't learn anything about that.
Nope.
We did learn Michelle Obama will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth. They're going to have to get by on just the $70 to $100 million they've made since leaving office. But I guess that's not generational.
No, that's not generational.
That's not generational wealth.
Plus, I don't know what she charges probably what? $250,000 to speak places?
Easy.
At least, right?
Easy. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, whenever they're short on cash.
She can do that.
Yeah.
And so can Barack. He probably gets $500
at
per
least
speech.
$750,000 for Michelle? Oh, my gosh.
What? Who said?
Chris just said, whispered in my ear, $750,000 for Michelle.
No.
Speaking fee.
Where'd you get that, Chris?
The New York Post.
Wow. $750,000?
Yes, but guys, that's only for 1 hour. So that's all you get for $750,000.
I mean, that's a good gig.
Oh, no kidding. Holy cow. Ha! I've never heard that figure for a
That's a good gig.
For a speech before. I mean, you hear exorbitant fees, $250,000, $500,000, $750,000 per speech. Ooh, that shows you how dangerous it would be if she ran.
Yeah, no kidding.
We learned that the party where the vice presidential candidate set up a snitch line in Minnesota as governor to narc on your neighbors who ventured outside for, during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Now he wants us to mind our own damn business.
Yeah, he does.
So don't forget that. We learned they don't like Donald Trump. That was a shocker to me. And they sort of reinforced that all throughout the week. It was kind of a theme.
Yes, they did.
I think we learned that no one, absolutely no one, is as weird as these Democrats.
No question. No question about it.
Never seen anything more bizarre.
And there's nothing. I did learn this week, since you're asking, that there is nothing they won't lie about.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, not a thing.
Right.
Not a thing.
Yeah. I mean, these are lying sacks like we've never seen lying sacks before. The Tim Walz lies, for instance. I was reading, somebody was writing about some of his incredible lies and his misleading statements. But we touched on this yesterday, the in vitro fertilization, IVF.
Yes.
And he talked about what a deeply personal issue that is. He has implied or outright suggested that his own two children came from in vitro fertilization. They didn't. It's not true.
Nope.
It's a completely different process. IUI.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned that do you even know what IUI is?
No. And he he kind of, again, it's all misleading because he kind of covered his base when he talked about
sometimes he does
IVF and then he throws in fertilization.
Yeah.
So, he can go back and say, well, I said
but they're very different. They're very different. He tries to make it the same thing.
Yes.
Because they're trying to make it out like Republicans are trying to ban IVF.
Yes.
Which they're not. The one little thing in Alabama that they did because of a pro-life issue, frozen embryos, if they fall on the floor, have you committed some sort of crime at that point? They corrected that right away.
Yeah.
I mean, that even went away. And it wasn't the Republican Party in general. It certainly wasn't Donald Trump, but they've tried to pin that all on him and Republicans. but his children were not born through in vitro fertilization. He's just a liar. And of course, he lies about his military service, misleads, or outright lies. And when people introduce him as a person who was a veteran of Afghanistan or Iraq, never corrects it.
Nope.
He just sits there and takes it. You know, any respectful military man would say, actually, I didn't do any tours in Afghanistan.
No. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I didn't
though.
deploy.
I appreciate you, throwing that honor on me, but I did not.
I did serve for a couple decades, but I did not. I was never deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. But he won't.
No, he will not.
So there's just one thing after he lied about his drunk driving record. He actually said he'd not been drinking that night. He said that multiple times. He denied it all during his campaign. Yeah, and he said the cops, it was so evident that he actually wasn't drinking. They let him drive his car to the police station. No.
Oh,
no,
really?
That did not happen.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a flat out
and the whole coach
liar
thing too, just the misleadingness of it.
He misleads on the coach thing. Yeah.
We're supposed to believe that he's Nick Saban incarnate. And stop it.
He was a linebacker coach, an assistant coach in high school. Come on. Incredible. I mean, the whole thing is just incredible. So, yeah, we learned a lot, though, from the Democrats. Thank you for that lesson. It was terrific. Just a shame to see it over, isn't it? I'm so glad we don't have to deal with it anymore.
Oh, man.
After today, we don't have to deal with it.
Boy, last night and yesterday, it was just...
Well, here's an example. Here's the introduction to Kamala.
Please welcome the Democratic nominee for president, Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Also the DNC special guest last night.
Pause it. Who was the special guest?
There wasn't one.
Yeah, there wasn't. They thought they led us to believe Beyonce was going to be there because they want to inflate the audience numbers.
That's correct.
So all day there, Beyonce performs
Special
tonight.
guest.
Special guest Beyonce. Special. We're not supposed to say special guest Beyonce, but it's Beyonce. But that's a secret, so don't tell anybody. But Beyonce's going to be here tonight.
It's a secret.
And then
nope.
A representative from her camp said, yeah, she was never scheduled to be there. She's not performing.
No, that's not happening. TMZ admitted, we got that one wrong.
Yeah, you sure did. You sure did.
We got that one wrong.
But it inflated numbers for him.
Absolutely.
People were just waiting for Beyonce to show up.
We did get the chicks, right? The chicks sang the national anthem.
The Dixie Chicks?
Yes.
No, Pat, the chicks.
The Chicks.
How dare you?
Have they shortened it to the Chicks?
I think it is just the chicks now.
I'm probably not as up on my Dixie Chick or chick, facts.
Really?
Not as much as I should be.
Okay. All right. I mean, their performance was
great.
It
terrific?
Oh, and I think Pink showed up, too, for a song
she
or
did.
two.
Did you? And she performed?
She performed.
I can't.
I know.
I couldn't take it.
I know.
Can't take it.
I watched because I was waiting for Beyonce. Someone said it was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I was waiting for either or.
They didn't mind those rumors.
No,
either.
they didn't. They brought up Kerry Washington, right? The actress.
Yeah,
and,
Kerry Washington.
Another actor that acts with her, and I can't remember his name, but you'd know him if you saw his face. But it was terrible.
I wanted it to be Mitt Romney. Like the rumor was it was Mitt Romney. Then
George W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
There's a rumor about George W. Bush showing up.
George W. Bush.
And of course, that's not going to happen, right?
No,
I mean, there's just no way.
Is he even expressing support for her? I mean, that's where they get this stuff.
He hates Trump.
Yeah, he does. Yes. And so does Romney.
And he hasn't attended a RNC at all since Trump has become the representative for the GOP.
Mm.
It was okay to take a beating from the Obamas for 8 years on how terrible
everything
he
was his
but
fault.
Trump's bad.
Right.
Orange man bad. It's agonizing.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. But, okay, let the introduction to Kamala continue.
Oh, yeah, this is a Beyonce song. Another misleading lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how they took a beating early on that there were no American flags or show of patriotism, so they really overdid it. Really overdid it.
And you know that pained him.
Oh, yeah.
To put up American flags there. They hate America. They're trying to pretend right now as if they love the country.
Sure are.
And they're the patriots. They're the Freedom Party. They're the ones. It's unbelievable.
Okay,
These are all people who couldn't stand her 3 weeks ago.
So last night, pause this for just 1 sec. So last night, I've got this on, and I'm laying in bed, and I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, I got to make it through Kamala, and this is where I was at. I was like, oh, she finally came on. All right, great. And I get to her after the next 30 seconds. I don't remember another thing. I believe I passed out. Yeah, it was done because she did not hold me.
With this kind of spellbinding entertainment, I'm surprised that didn't hold your attention.
And she goes
riveting.
On. She says good evening, I don't know.
Yeah, let's
80
see.
80 times.
I probably have that. That girl, back that up about 10 seconds because I just got a phone call from the 70s. They want their hairdo back. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Come on. Right. Let her be. She got all puffed up.
Yeah, it's great. But the 70s are pissed. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. That decade's the one who made the call.
You seem to be speaking.
I love the pointing thing. It's so hip. Yeah.
We're looking right at you.
You right there, right?
Looking right at
you. Good evening. Oh, the joy, the joyfulness. You feel it?
I do.
Good evening. There it is again. Yeah.
There it is again. Oh, man.
What the hell? Can you not?
You can't stop saying it.
Again, 3 weeks ago, these people couldn't stand her. She was completely unacceptable as their candidate. They were looking for anybody. Is there a janitor maybe sweeping floors overnight in a building somewhere that we can put instead of her? Is there anyone, please?
No. No, that's right.
No, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
Not a single vote. Not one for her as a candidate.
Has been cast at all.
At all.
Anywhere.
The party of democracy completely obliterated democracy in installing her in this position.
They're doing it to save democracy.
Yeah, right. Well, sometimes you have to do that. We had to abandon the free market to save the free market.
That's exactly right.
Now we're abandoning democracy to save democracy. So it makes perfect sense.
It's simple.
Yeah. She also thanked Joe Biden last night.
To our President Joe Biden.
Yeah, we love that old man. That's why we got rid of him.
The path that we have traveled together, Joe, I am filled with gratitude. Your record is extraordinary, as history will show.
Yeah.
And your character is inspiring. And Doug and I love you and Jill and are forever thankful to you both.
Ugh.
To Coach Tim Walz.
Coach Tim Walz. That's unbelievable.
Pathetic.
You are going to be an incredible vice president.
It's not true because he can't come anywhere near that office.
And to the delegates and everyone who has put your faith in our campaign, your support is humbling.
Yeah.
Okay, so she thanked Joe Biden, which is pretty amazing they brought him up. Mm-hmm. But Joe and Jill posted a photo of themselves on social media last night watching the DNC. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I guess they stuck a phone in his hand, and Jill said, just stand here and shut up.
It's fascinating that he's not there.
I know.
She hasn't been there all week until last night.
In California. She's on vacation.
The sitting Democrat president is not at the DNC. It's unreal. It's hard to believe.
It sure is.
And yet everything's fine.
We love him.
This is democracy at its finest right now. Don't worry about it.
We love him.
Love him? You bet. We love him so much, we wanted him to rest. That's why we set him aside. He needed to rest.
But he's still
nothing
in
wrong
office
with
running
him.
the country. Shouldn't he be in
there's
Washington,
nothing wrong
D.C.?
with him. He's in perfect health.
Okay. He's
still
the president.
And he's done a tremendous job, except for all the things he screwed up that I have to fix. But man, what a great job he's done, And I'm fixing that great job that he's done, too. Don't forget that. Right. I'm going to fix everything he screwed up, despite the fact that, the man's done a great job. There's just no doubt he's one of the most incredible, consequential presidents in American history, if not the most.
The most.
In modern times. Nobody better. Nobody.
And I have a question. I know I'm new to America, but do you put a TV in front of a fireplace? Because that's where that TV was at Joe Biden's living room vacation home.
Okay.
Oh, it's on the table. Yeah,
it is a little bit in front of the.
It's right in front of it. So do we just all fake again?
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's all fake again.
It's all fake.
They just
everything's fake with these people. Yeah, everything's fake.
Unbelievable.
It's a pretty good catch, Chris.
Yeah. So the lighting was all wrong. So they just slid
lighting
the table
was all wrong.
They just slid the table over.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was just again another natural situation where they organically took a photo. Hey, wait, stay right there. And they didn't move anything. They didn't go anywhere. Right. This is just what they do.
It's all a lie. It's all
everything is
a lie.
A fat fabrication. Kamala told a story about what to do when injustice happens.
But my mother never lost her cool. She was tough, courageous, a trailblazer in the fight for women's health. And she taught Maya and me a lesson that Michelle mentioned the other night. She taught us to never complain about injustice, but do something about it. Do something about it. That was my mother.
That was her mom.
And she taught us.
Beautiful.
And she also taught us.
She also taught us.
And she also taught us. And never do anything half-assed. And that is a direct quote.
There's that joy coming out again.
Quote.
Oh, it's so joyous. Yeah.
Direct quote. Yeah, we heard you the first time. It's a direct quote. Direct quote.
Wow. See, she said the A word, so that was really great. Yeah, it's fun and hip and so relatable with the Vice President of the United States. Gets that in. That's fun. That's just good stuff. That's what you want.
Lady of the people.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just like you and me. The joy. Just the joy. It's hard to express because I'm filled with so much of it right now. And I know you are too.
Oh, man.
Everyone listening right now and watching, we're all so joyous over that joyful display in the last 4 days. Terrific. Then, yes, as you brought up, Jeffy, she surprisingly accepted the nomination.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know this was going to happen.
That's why I asked.
Everybody was on pins and needles. Will she actually accept the nomination, or is she just going to say no thanks? That was really nice of you, but no, thank you. Well, let's see. Let's make sure.
And so, on behalf of the people...
On behalf of what people? Pause it. On behalf of the people. What people? On the three people that installed you in this?
Certainly isn't the people that voted for Joe Biden.
No. On behalf of Nancy Pelosi, who made this happen, I accept.
Chuck Schumer, is that you out there? Yeah, you too.
Are you kidding? That's incredible. Again, the unmitigated gall. It's amazing how non-self-aware they are. They to just spew this stuff when everybody knows. No people voted for you. Nobody. All right, let's let her finish here because I'm on pins and needles as to whether... I mean, I heard she accepted, but I'm just not positive until I actually see the evidence for myself.
And so, on behalf of the people, on behalf of every American, regardless of party, race, gender,
except for Trump,
or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother and everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey, on behalf of Americans like the people I grew up with.
Good gosh.
People
just yes or no.
Hard,
do you want it or do you not?
Their dreams, and look out for one another.
Say it!
On behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth.
Now we have the
I
nation.
accept your nomination
there it is.
to be president of the United States of America.
Stunning.
Yeah.
The shocking end.
Yeah.
Man, I'm fired up and joyful now.
Yes.
I don't know about
Yes,
anybody
sir.
else, but, well, I
Yes,
think
sir.
everybody is. I think everybody is. Let me tell you about the Jace case. Jace is hosting an exclusive giveaway right now where you can win a Jace case for life. You could win a Jace case every year for the rest of your life. There's no purchase necessary to enter, so don't miss out. It only runs through the 31st, and it's already the 23rd.
I'm kind of bummed I can't enter because I would like to win this.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
no kidding.
The Jace case for life?
Yeah,
that would
I'd love
be
that.
Really cool.
So it's a personalized emergency kit, if you're not aware, that contains essential antibiotics and medications that treat most common and deadly bacterial infections. It provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use. All you have to do is go online, fill out the form. They'll make sure that there's, nothing there that could be harmful if you have allergies. And you can get add-ons, too. Things like Tamiflu, which could become very important soon and you might not be able to get. So if you want a Jace case every year for the rest of your life, join this giveaway. There's no purchase necessary, again, to enter. So do it. Do it today. Jace.com/Pat. Go there, use the promo code PAT at checkout, and you'll get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at JASE, jace.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, after that shock where she accepted the nomination, there was even more. I mean, as if that weren't enough, because I think that all made us so joyful that she could have stopped right there, and it would have been a phenomenal evening.
I would not be surprised if she actually fought to stop there.
She may
Just
have.
wrap it up right there.
Because we heard nothing about policy.
Nope.
Where do you stand on any issue? Now, you backtracked on a lot of them. You flip-flopped on lots of things.
And has she? I mean,
I don't know.
We don't know.
She claims to have.
I guess her surrogates are out talking about what she believes, but we have seen no interview from her.
Yeah.
Or have her give any kind of speech of substance.
The one thing we have heard concretely is that she stole Donald Trump's platform of no tips or no tax on tips. That's the only really concrete thing she said so far that I can think of. But she promises to be a president for all.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say, I know there are people of various political views watching tonight. And I want you to know, I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust me to put country
Thank you
above
for that.
party and
self.
to hold sacred America's fundamental principles, from the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power.
Okay. It's all about their bogus lies on January 6th.
That's
who
all it
unites
is.
us around our highest aspirations. A president who leads and listens, who is realistic, practical, and has common sense, and always
introduce us to that person if
for
you
the
would, because
American people.
I'm not looking at
That'd be
it right
great.
now. I'm not looking at that person at all.
Is that person coming out? Is that the special guest?
Don't tease us like this. Bring him out. Bring him or her. Bring them out.
Yeah, them.
Love to see them. I really would. Wow. Now, remember this, when she admitted she's a radical. Let's remind you of when she was being a little bit honest.
And yeah, I am a radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously.
Right. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's great. Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was when she was a prosecutor.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
People away.
She looked pretty young there.
Yeah.
she shared why she became a lawyer, too. I'm sure this is tender and touching and beautiful.
My parents had met at a civil rights gathering, and they made sure that we
That's where,
learned about
pause it for a
civil rights.
second. Isn't that, that's something we all share in common,
Yes.
I think.
I don't even know why she said it, because we all shared that.
Everybody can relate to that. My parents, whose parents didn't meet at a civil rights rally?
Thank you.
We'd love to hear from you if that wasn't the case for you.
Yeah, that's an oddity.
I can't imagine it. That's the only thing I ever hear is, hey, how'd your parents meet? Civil rights rally. Oh, okay. Yeah, the usual.
Civil rights rally. Yeah.
All right, let's let her finish here.
Years like Thurgood Marshall and Constance Baker Motley.
Oh, I love Constance Baker Motley.
Those
How many
who
times have I
battled in
spoken?
the courtroom
I'm sick of
to
hearing
make
about
real
Constance.
the promise of America. So at a young age, I decided I wanted to do that work. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
And when it
Beautiful.
came time to choose the type of law I would pursue, I reflected on a pivotal moment in my life.
And you decided you didn't want to make all that
See,
money.
when I was in high school,
Right, so-
I started to notice
She decided
something
that,
about my best friend
didn't pass the
Wanda.
bar after 2 or 3
She was
times.
sad at school,
Oh, no.
and there were times she
No.
didn't want to go home.
Oh,
So one day I asked if everything was all right.
how come you don't want to go
And she
home?
confided in me that she was being sexually abused by her stepfather.
Ooh, that is
And
terrible.
I immediately told her she had to come stay with us, and she did. This is one of the reasons I became a prosecutor, to protect people like Wanda, because I believe everyone has a right to safety, to dignity, and to justice.
I don't believe that. Do you believe that? That's nonsense.
I mean,
that everyone has a right to safety? No.
I mean, now that
No,
you've
come on.
said it out loud, I guess I
Right?
can come
Yeah.
along. I don't like
It's
saying
stupid. I don't want everyone to have that right. There's just a select few of people who look exactly like me and think exactly
That
like
should have
me
the-
that should have
the right to- for
the right
safety.
to
Yeah.
safety. Yeah. What a dumb. He's just so tiresome. Agonizing. We're supposed to be so inspired by all of this garbage that spills out of her face.
Yes.
And there's been spilling out of every face at this convention. It's really something. But she's never given up. Tell you that right now. She's never given up. Why? Well, she'll tell you why.
These fights were not easy, and neither were the elections that put me in those offices.
Unlike this particular
We
position.
Yeah,
were
right.
underestimated at practically every turn. But we never gave up, because the future is always worth fighting for.
Yeah.
And that's the fight we are in right now, a fight for America's future.
That's true.
Yes, it is.
That's the truest thing she's said so far. No doubt about it. Yeah, we are in a fight for the future right now. Are we going to stop with having a future by electing her? Or are we going to have a future that Americans recognize? We wouldn't recognize America with another 4 years of this kind of stuff.
No kidding. No kidding.
I mean, it has to happen. This is just, we're in such dangerous territory. I just saw a poll yesterday where they claimed she's 6 points ahead.
There's no
now.
way. I
6
saw that too.
points.
And then the
I
rest
couldn't even
of
bring
them are-
myself to click on
The
it.
rest
'cause
of
I
them
thought,
all,
come on.
Kamala and
Yeah.
Donald Trump are even neck
Right.
and neck, and Kamala's ahead of Donald Trump. And I'm, no.
A Rasmussen poll that was just released shows Trump 49-46 over Harris.
Okay.
So he's up by 3, but that's closer than it's been. But you know what? With all the negative press he receives compared to the positive press she gets,
Well,
we went over it yesterday. It's
That's a good point.
84-11
yeah,
in favor of her with positive press. And
should be better.
it should be more than
Yeah.
that. And the momentum of the DNC and all of that, and it's still this kind of race, that might be telling. So let's take some hope from that.
Okay.
And joy.
Okay.
Of course,
Hope and
don't
joy.
forget the joy, because the joy is really important right now. We got to be joyful.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
tweets here. Bob Loblaw tweets, did I miss something? Where was Beto O'Rourke at the DNC?
Oh,
yeah. Missed him. We missed him.
He was tuning his guitar.
Oh,
okay. Tuning his guitar.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean, he
important.
got kicked to the curb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has he been tossed into the political dumpster along with Joe Biden? Yes.
I think so.
Yes, he has. Jimmy Dimples, the Dems got the chicks in pink. Meanwhile, the GOP has Kid Rock and Ted Nugent. Sounds about right to me.
And Lee Greenwood.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Don't forget.
Thank you.
That's right. Chicken Bucket, don't forget, we have the Hulk. There's always that. Wild Bill Kelso. They even had Kelly O'Donnell showing the blue curtains that were pulled back all week. They were closed to hide the special guest. So you're supposed to think Beyonce is behind there. Or Taylor Swift is behind there. Agonizing. From Story. The excessive crowd noise when Kamala was introduced last night was ridiculous. It almost sounded like fake crowd noise. I wonder if they did add some.
They may have.
They might have.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah, you don't put anything past those
No
people.
way.
Peekapool, the deep fake, cheap fake Pokemon. Joe's character is inspiring? Is it his habitual lying that inspires her untruthful character? From Giblets with the American flag on display, I'm surprised they were able to get that many people in the room. Remember when they felt unsafe in its presence?
They still do.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They just had to pretend.
Yep, because I took a beating the first couple nights. So people were commenting, hey, there's...
No American flags up there?
Anywhere. There's no show of patriotism.
Mm-hmm.
And so this night with, Kamala coming out, we had to have flags everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Slutty Plastic, this joy narrative is so annoying. They're joyful when talking about being unabashed tyrants. Their joy literally comes from causing suffering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
and
it does.
Rowdy Introvert to Joe Biden. Your record is extraordinary, as history will show. And I promise to fix it in day one.
God save the Queen, man.
Day one, I will fix that extraordinary record that you have. Man. And that's essentially what they're saying.
That's exactly what
as they continue to have it both ways. And the media, for the most part, allows it.
They sure do.
But
They sure do.
It's Donald Trump that's extreme and dangerous. Let's not forget that. Let's never lose sight of that. Kamala reminded us last night about that.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of putting Donald Trump back in the White House are extremely serious.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Consider not only the chaos and calamity when he was in office, but also the gravity of what has happened since he lost the last election.
And don't forget about the significance of the passage of time since he left office.
Okay, plus, can we just take a moment and look at the hand guy, or the hand lady for the deaf people? I mean, it's the DNC. She's accepting the presidential nomination. I don't know. Dress up a little bit better. I mean, you just show up with a shirt and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I maybe this is a fake one. Maybe this is somebody that just walked in and is pretending, not really saying anything.
And what is the deal with this? All of a sudden, everything, every
Democrats,
event, everywhere that you go, they do this.
Yeah.
I think there's closed captioning. Have you ever heard of that? We don't need
Every
this
television
anymore.
has closed
Every TV that's post 1956 is equipped with closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
There's
you can read what she's saying. You don't need this sign language stuff.
Plus, I don't know if you know this or not. Maybe it's just the television that's in my house, but they have a thing that's a volume control.
Wow.
And you can actually
turn it up.
Turn it up.
Like, what if I can't hear some of what she's saying because I've got it at, say, I'm on volume 15?
Oh yeah, you could.
I couldn't go all the way to 18, could I?
You could.
I could?
You could.
Wow.
You may even be able to get to 25.
Really?
Yeah.
My new television will do that?
Yes.
Modern technology. Isn't it wonderful? Holy cow.
By the way, typical Republican, removing jobs. She just wants to go to work and do her hand
I thought
stuff.
those were volunteers.
Again, typical Republican,
Yeah,
removing jobs from the economy.
Right.
My understanding is the hand people are volunteers. So I guess maybe they work on tips. I don't know.
So, I mean, it's weird. Like everything else they're doing.
Yeah.
Very weird. All right, let's take a break. We'll get back to this, finish up with Kamala and the DNC convention thing. But first, let's take a look at the Fat Five with Jeffy.
Awesome. It's finally happened. J-Lo has filed for divorce from Ben.
Oh, it's official now, huh?
Bennifer is no more. I mean, it hasn't been for a while, but this is the final nail in the coffin. So she lists the date as a separation in April, and then they got married in Vegas. But she actually filed on the 20th of this month, which was the actual second anniversary of the huge wedding in Georgia that they had.
Oh, boy.
Like a knife in the heart.
Jeez.
I know. And she filed without a lawyer. She filed pro per, so she's representing herself. The documents don't say whether there's a prenup or not. So if there's no prenuptial, for the last couple of years, they've both been busy.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben has had Air and Hypnotic and The Instigators, and he just got done filming The Accountant 2, and she's had Shotgun Wedding, The Mother, This Is Me Now, Atlas. So,
she got the dance thing, or did? Is that over now? Maybe that's...
Yeah, I think that's over.
The dancing thing is done.
Yeah, I mean, she was looking. Remember that she had to cancel a bunch of her concerts. She canceled the whole thing.
Yeah,
she was bummed out about this, obviously, and she had family to be with. Actually, it was just because nobody was showing up to the shows, and it was going to affect her deal in Vegas because Vegas was like, "Hey, we've got you signed up for paying you a lot of money, and if nobody's coming to see you, maybe we need to rework this contract."
They just put their home in Beverly Hills.
See,
up for sale.
I thought they had sold that dump already, but
nope.
It just went up for sale. The one that they bought together,
$68 million.
Yeah, it's a nice trailer.
Yeah,
that's a nice trailer.
It's a decent fixer-upper opportunity.
It is. You might not want to keep it the way it is.
38,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
38,000.
And he hasn't. And they both moved. I mean,
that's so tiny.
He bought another place. He's been living in his bachelor pad in Brentwood. Because he can't. It's got to be bad when you can't even stand to be in that.
Yeah.
38,000 square foot house.
Jeez.
I can't be on the same
there were
property.
Two of them, right?
Well, they have
kids. They do have kids?
Yeah. Ben's got kids with what's her face, and J-Lo's got.
Oh
kids.
yeah,
J-Lo's got.
Yeah, but they don't live with him, right? They're with Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, but her kids live with them. I think her kids stay there. That's why they wanted. That's why they needed the bigger house so they could bring their family.
So, okay.
So they could co-family.
So they can squeeze like 4 people into the 38,000 square feet.
Well,
all right. It's a tight fit, but whatever. Okay, I feel bad for him.
And apparently according to the documents, she waived spousal support and is asking the judge to deny Ben such support. I want Ben to have J-Lo have to pay his fine. I want that to happen.
I wonder which one does make more money, because Affleck's doing okay on his own. It would be weird for him to... Of course, that's what they do because they are weird. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to take money from her.
I mean, I doubt it. I think they just want it to be over, because Ben. The reports were that Ben had, when they got back together again, he had just stopped drinking, and he just wanted to be with her, and he didn't like the paparazzi world of J-Lo, especially being sober, and so that was a big point for him because he couldn't get drunk. He couldn't get drunk. And,
sad. It's too bad. I feel bad for him not being able to get drunk without reporters seeing it. That's just tragic. So no wonder.
I agree.
No wonder they're breaking up.
I agree.
I mean, obviously.
Disney in the news. Your boys at Disney in the news quite a bit lately. You know them, you love them. We talked about their lawsuit from the guy Jeffrey Piccolo, alleged that his late wife suffered the fatal allergic reaction from the meal that she ate at the park restaurant. And Disney tried to get the lawsuit tossed by saying the court, we got to go to arbitration. He entered into a subscribership agreement when he signed up for Disney Plus trial years ago, and it requires users to arbitrate all disputes with the company. Then they said, and he ordered tickets, Epcot Center tickets, which also makes you go to arbitration if you want to sue the company. And then the CEO of Disney, Josh D'Amaro, or the chairman, he's the chairman of Disney, said, you know what, we're going to waive our right to arbitration. At Disney, we strive to put humanity above all other considerations. And with such unique circumstances as the ones in this case, we believe this situation warrants a sensitive approach to expedite a resolution for the family who have experienced such a painful loss. So did they work out some kind of settlement? No, he said, no, we'll go to court. There's no settlement. Yeah, we can go ahead. We can go to court.
Wow.
So we're not. They gave up the arbitration fight with the signing up for
that
Disney
was big
Plus.
of them.
That
was big of them.
So onward to court we go. I mean, he's seeking damages. I would seek. I mean, why Disney couldn't give them? Here's $2 million. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Get out of here. Here's $2 million. Get out. We'll pay the taxes. We'll pay all the court costs. Here's $2 million. We're sorry. Mm-hmm. Have a nice day. Nope. But I mean, he's suing for. They say excess of 50,000. I don't know.
50,000
excess of. So I don't know what that. Where that could be $1 million. It could be 10 million. It could be 51,000. I don't know. And they say damages for mental pain and suffering, loss of companionship and protection, loss of income, and medical and funeral expenses. So I just find it strange that Disney gave that up, and then there was no settlement, and we care about humanity, but
not enough to actually
to
just
court.
Pay him.
We'll just take it to court.
Right. Jeez.
That's big of them.
Yeah.
Today's Chewing the Fat segment brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Simply the best cookies on the planet, delivered right to your door. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com.
I think Tina Turner said it best when she said, simply the best. Do you remember those days?
I do,
those
actually.
Days?
Yeah.
They're back with Kexi.
This time, they're back.
Let me eat! And you got to try. You have to, if you haven't yet, and we sell out of it virtually every day. I have to keep going and remaking these. But the coffee cake cookie with that cinnamon all on the top, oh my God.
How do you feel about that, Pat?
Delicious.
That it goes sold out every time you guys put it on the roster.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
I mean, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yes,
that's kind of what we want.
Kind of what you want.
Kind of what you want.
It's a good problem
reminder
to have.
stay in network. ATM fees have hit a new high, according to a bank rate study.
How much?
It's costing the average American $4.77 to withdraw money from an out-of-network cash machine. Wow. $3.19 of that comes from the surcharge charged by the ATM owner, on top of the $1.58 fee that's kindly doled out by your own bank for not using using a non-network ATM. So, I mean, no one supports ATMs more than myself and Chewing the Fat. Mm-hmm. I mean, anytime you have a machine that gives out money, I'm all for it.
Yeah, okay.
But stay in network.
Right.
Stay in network.
It's a good safety tip. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
477's a lot. That's a lot. Especially you just stop and buy for a quick $20.
Right. And so it's 25 right there.
That's
Boom.
crazy.
And you need the cash for something, the actual cash money for something, you're paying it.
Right.
You're paying it.
Yeah, you are.
You're not walking away from it.
I'm going to look around all day for my bank branch? No.
Right.
No.
I need the $50 or the $60 or whatever it is, and you just pay the $5. And you're like, I can't believe they're charging me, and then you walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What'd you pay $4.77 for? Oh, that was the ATM fee. I mean, that's
quite a racket for them.
That is a huge racket, man. That's a good deal for the ATM machine owner and the banks. I mean, that's free money.
Yep.
To all of them, man. Oh, they're providing a service. Okay. All right. You got me. Let's see. What much time we got left? Yeah, we could talk about this. The jersey that legendary New York Yankees player Babe Ruth wore when he hit one of baseball's most famous home runs, they're hoping to sell for $30 million this month.
Wow.
In fact, it starts today through this weekend is when the auction is.
Is that the 714
Ruth
jersey?
No, this is the called shot jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 1932 World Series. Well, the auction opens up today. They've already got $14 million.
Wow.
Pressing. So I mean, they're starting right now. I mean, pre $14 million.
Who's auctioning? Do you know?
Heritage Auction, the one right here behind us.
Okay,
who is it?
There you go.
Heritage Auction.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said in 2019 the jersey that from 1928 to 1930 fetched $5.64 million at auction. And that was the most expensive sports memorabilia at the time. And then the Ruth jersey went for I don't know, another $4 million. Another jersey went for $4 million. They're also auctioning off another Last Dance jersey from Michael Jordan, and a signed. This would be cool to have the signed game used bat from Jackie Robinson. That'd be cool too, but it's not.
That would.
It's not the Babe though. That the called shot story is so cool.
That is cool.
I mean, they've got footage of it. They've got Lou Gehrig talking on an old radio show saying that it happened. They talk about how the fans were just cursing at Babe and throwing stuff at him during this World Series. And the cool thing about that is Babe got up there and called a shot and finally hit the home run. And then the next player was Lou Gehrig in the on deck circle. He got up, hit a home run. Back to back, and they won that game, and then they went on to win the series.
First thing that needs to be done after you buy that for $30 million is to put it in the washing machine. You could see how soiled and dirty it is.
Dirty.
You got to clean it up.
Yeah, you got to put that right in the washing machine. Look at that.
Probably smells
Come on,
like
you're going to
stinky
sell me a
Babe.
dirty jersey for $30 million? Wash that thing first,
Can we get
okay?
some
I mean, you
dry
have
cleaning
to.
on it? Like,
You
send
have
it to the
to.
cleaners.
1 hour martinizing at least.
Thank
you know,
you.
something.
Thank
You're not
you.
going to hang
that thing
up
laundered.
dirty, are you?
I mean,
you
that's criminal to pay that kind of money and
for
then you
that
get
price.
this filthy jersey.
The facts
Did
are
Babe Ruth
facts.
chew? Did he chew tobacco?
I don't know.
Because I bet
I don't
he
know.
also smells like chew too.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, for sure
don't
has
know.
food stains on it. I mean,
For sure.
absolutely
It's
has.
got mustard on the front.
Food stains
Yeah.
and maybe some beer stains. I don't
Beer,
know about
definitely.
the chew. So after Kimmel said no, we now have the co-host of this year's Emmys, the Levy's father and son duo.
I'm
are gonna be the
excited.
first father and son duo to co-host the awards, 76th Emmy Awards with Eugene and Dan Levy, best known for the. I'm sure Pat, you've seen every episode of SCHITT Creek. Who I mean, they won all kinds of
Every
Emmys
episode.
awards.
I'm
Yeah, they were
rewatching it
huge.
because of that decision for the Emmys. Because
really?
they're such a good duo.
So, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, weren't the Emmys just 9 months ago? Well, yeah, but that was because of the strike and everything. So now they're going to get back on track. So Sunday, September 15th, live in L.A. Oh, and Megan Thee Stallion is tapped to host the 2024 MTV Video Music Awards. So, man,
They still have those? What?
yes, and she's
Okay.
doing it.
All right. More on the DNC and the speeches that are going to make you so joyful. Coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And Jeffy is also here as well, filling in for Keith this week, who is not here this week and next, as well as Chris and our orchestra is also here. The Pat Gray Unleashed Orchestra. We're very proud of the entire orchestral team. So last night, Kamala was brilliant, as she always is, and just filled us with joy. And we're sharing some of that joy with you this morning. And we'll get back to it in a second. But first, let me tell you about realestateagentsitrust.com. Because we just sold our house, I have a new appreciation for a great realtor. Our realtor was fantastic. She advised us every step of the way. We got the thing sold in a week. And got the most out of our home. The same can happen for you if you have a great realtor. I would never, ever try to do this myself again, or to leave this in the hands of somebody who, doesn't do this full time, or is not devoted, or doesn't have a great track record. You'll find the person with all the qualities that you need in a realtor at Real Estate Agents I Trust. These are carefully vetted people by Glenn's team. He set this up years ago because he had such a bad experience with a realtor. Didn't want you to go through the same thing. It's a free service we provide to you, just setting you up with your realtor. realestateagentsitrust.com. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Out of all the frustrating lies the DNC continues to tell, one of the most baffling is the Project 25 thing. How is it that
every day? I mean, every day this past week they've hammered that against Trump.
Yeah. How is it that nobody is standing up and saying, "Hey, give me an example of how crazy and kooky and damaging these suggestions are"? And by the way, they are suggestions, and they don't come from Donald Trump. They don't even come from the Republican Party. They come from the Heritage Foundation, and you know, the person who developed them even stepped down, right?
Yeah, he did, and I don't understand the happenings around that. But that doesn't change what Project 2025 is.
No, it doesn't, and it shouldn't. I don't know what the kooky proposal is. I have looked for the kooky proposal, have yet to see it. I don't know which one is supposedly so absurd, but they keep lying about it. And here's Kamala last night doing that.
We know what a second Trump term would look like. It's all laid out in Project 2025, written by his closest advisors.
No.
And its sum total is to pull our country back to the past. But America,
we're not going back.
We are not going back.
All that to get to the line.
Yeah.
We're not going back.
Right. The one thing, that is outlined, maybe abortion. Is that what they're talking about? I don't think there's any basis or substance to this lie that they continually tell.
I mean, the only thing that they care about is the abortions.
That is what they care about. They worship at the altar of abortion.
Yeah.
They love it. And I don't, except for the fact that they're a death cult, I don't fully understand, because usually you're looking for power and money this way. I know they're looking for zero population growth. I know they're trying to eliminate people, and that's a good way to do that. But to be this committed to it and so in love with it, strange. It's just strange. But, that's who they are. So she also promised an opportunity economy with free housing and health care.
Nice.
Yeah.
Opportunity is not available to everyone.
It isn't?
That's why we will create what I call an opportunity economy where everyone has the chance to compete and a chance to succeed.
How's that not happening now?
I'm going to ask you a question. I was just going to ask.
How's that not already in place?
Rural area, small town, or big city. And as president, I will bring together labor and workers and small business owners and entrepreneurs and American companies to create jobs.
Pause it for a second. It's really sad that the last 4 years she's been in a cave in Afghanistan or someplace and hasn't had any opportunity to do any of these things.
Well,
you know what I mean?
She was given the opportunity to create internet for those rural areas that she's so happy to
in
get
that cave
their vote for.
in Afghanistan?
And that didn't actually happen.
No. None of this stuff has happened under her watch. She is part of this administration. She's in the executive branch of government right now and has been for 3.5 years. What are you talking about? My gosh. So we don't have opportunities? Why? Of
course we do. I mean, it's just silly.
But if you take it at face value, okay, there's no opportunity for everybody. Not everybody has an opportunity. Why haven't you done something about that then? If that's the case, you've been there 3.5 years. Why haven't you been pushing Joe Biden?
She claimed that she did, right? Because that's what her mom said. When you see injustice, you got to do something.
Right. What have you done? But that's all they've got. They've the only way that they're elected to this office is if they try to have it both ways on every issue.
And
so that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And the media is allowing them to get away with it so far. It's pretty amazing. She also talked about her plan for taxes.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just fun and joyful.
We will provide access to capital for small business owners and entrepreneurs and founders. And we will end America's housing shortage.
How are you going to do that?
And protect Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah, because everybody's after that.
Now compare that to Donald Trump.
Let's do that.
Because I think everyone here knows he doesn't actually fight for the middle class. He doesn't actually fight for the middle class. Instead, he fights for himself and his billionaire friends. And he will give them another round of tax breaks that will add up to $5 trillion to the national debt.
No.
And all the while, he intends to enact what in effect is a national sales tax, call it a Trump tax, that would raise prices on middle-class families by almost $4,000 a year.
Oh, my gosh.
Where is she getting this?
She's making it up.
Trump is going to add a tax, a sales tax? What are you talking about?
You're the administration taking away the Trump tax cuts.
Right. Yes. If she's elected, she's promised to end the Trump tax cut, which raises taxes on everyone. Because the fact is, for the millionth time, everybody got a tax cut under Trump.
And
everyone.
Trump just cares about his billionaire friends. But we all saw the pictures of Walz with Soros yesterday, meeting with Soros. Soros, is he?
He's middle class.
Middle class?
Yeah.
Okay.
He lives in he does have a double wide trailer.
Wow, with a porch,
yeah,
probably?
It's a really nice trailer park,
with
too.
a porch, yeah.
Yeah, it does have a porch. A small one, but it's a porch.
I mean,
it's
sure.
nice. It's big enough for one of those little egg barbecues.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. The green egg
cool. Yeah,
barbecues.
those are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
Sometimes you have to.
He's got one of those.
You just have to splurge.
Every once in a while. Yeah. And, if he's not careful, he will fall out of the middle class with purchases like that, become a poor person like so many of us. But, maybe he'll wise up and he'll stop the extravagant expenditures.
The whole thing is just...
It is incredible. It is absolutely astounding to go through this afterwards and just pick apart their unbelievable lies and lack of common sense and butt stupidity. They're just butt stupid.
We're supposed to believe it. We're supposed to believe it. That's been.
Do Democrats even believe
entire
it?
Administration.
I guess, but based on the cheering and the applause, the people in that arena do, for some reason. I don't know how. I don't know why. But you can't see through any of this. First of all, she's been in office for 3.5 years. Where's she been?
Well, that's Joe. That's Joe.
And yes.
Joe's done.
Who's done such an extraordinary job. He's become the best president of the modern era, but she's going to fix everything.
Yeah. She's going to fix the things that he wasn't the best on.
Right. Yeah. Which is quite a few things, apparently. Then she attacked the Supreme Court because of Roe v. Wade being overturned.
Friends, I believe America cannot truly be prosperous
unless we're murdering more
babies. Unless Americans are fully able to make their own
choice about killing
their own lives,
human babies,
especially on matters of heart and
killing
home.
babies, especially on that.
Heart and home.
But tonight.
But
in America, too many women are not able to make
kill their babies.
Decisions.
Pause it. Except for the fact that more women have done it than ever before.
That they can. They actually can.
Yeah, they can. Now, anybody can for whenever they want to. And your employer will probably pay for the trip.
In fact,
if your state makes it hard.
Right outside the hall you're speaking at, they're giving them away.
Yeah, right. Free abortions. Incredible.
I think by night 3... there were already 25 abortions done at the mobile abortion.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And so many more just couldn't get there.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah, and it was just the pill. You're thinking, well, what? They went in there to a mobile unit and had surgery? No, it wasn't a surgical process. They just get the pill.
Just passing out the pill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing. Gosh darn it. If you're going to kill
you want to
kill the kids, you want to yank that thing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those people are
well, that's what they love to do.
I know.
They love it.
I know.
Did we finish with her babbling here on abortion?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
She can't win, right? She just can't.
I sure hope not.
She just can't.
But she lied a little bit more about Trump and his abortion stance. Cut 15, if you would. And it goes a little something. Kamala Harris, cut 15, lying
might
about.
Be.
Do we not have cut 15?
Might not be right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What she's obviously going to say, I can say it for her,
all right,
is that Trump is going to impose a nationwide ban on abortion.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Despite the fact that he has absolutely said, no, that's not the case. He's not going to do that. I'd like him to do it. But he's not going to.
Yeah, no way.
It's not going to. I mean, do we have a nationwide ban on murder? Or is that a local thing?
I'm pretty sure that's a nationwide ban.
Is it nationwide?
Pretty sure it is, yeah.
Okay. So there aren't certain jurisdictions where it's okay to commit murder?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so, Pat.
Then I'm going to say maybe we do the same thing on murdering unborn babies.
Huh.
I don't know.
Wow, what a radical.
I know.
It's just a clump of cells.
That's all.
So I don't know what you want to.
And those cells could develop into anything.
Anything.
You don't know what it's.
A shoe.
A Volkswagen. A clump of broccoli. I don't even like broccoli. I don't want to carry broccoli around in me for 9 months.
Pat, what if it turns out to be kale?
Oh no,
yeah, no.
I can't even go there with you, Chris. I won't even consider that possibility. Okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, it's so silly.
Asinine.
It's such a stupid game that we play. Mm-hmm. We all know that it's a child. Mm-hmm. We all know it's a child.
You're killing a child.
We all know it.
Even the idiots like Bill Maher have admitted.
We all know it.
It's sort of killing a child.
They're just okay with it.
In fact, it's more than killing. It's more than sort of. It is killing a child. I'm just okay with killing a child.
Okay with it because it's unborn.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's unborn. Now, many of them obviously don't care if it's unborn. They if it's born, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, everyone that's for abortion is talking about unborn children.
And their masks.
And they're okay with it.
Their masks have just come off at this point.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're fine with it. They're just fine. So,
and you're fooling yourself if you think that it's not a human being. I mean, everyone in the world, we do the preborn spots, and they talk about the ultrasounds and having how that's why they're so against having these females, who are the actual females that are pregnant, looking at the ultrasound, because we all know. I mean, I got another picture from my wife and her grandbabies, another ultrasound for the new one that's coming on soon.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. It's a human.
Oh, wow.
I know.
You
lucky.
Already know?
You
already know it's a human?
I already know it's a human. Yeah.
Huh. It's not a motor scooter?
No. I was kind of hoping for
yeah, because when that comes, you don't have to pay for one.
Rollerblades.
Then you could use that going up and down the neighborhood when you're visiting your neighbors and stuff. Yeah. It's really fun.
Yeah, but I can't now.
So, but that's not what it is inside there. No. Weird. That's too bad. All right, let me tell you about Backyard Butchers. You can cut out the frustration from the meat aisle and go to backyardbutchers.com. Save an extra 20% off your entire order by using the promo code UNLEASHED. And then on top of that, when you subscribe, you get an additional 10% off plus free shipping. It's going to save you a bunch of money. That's why they have over 500,000 happy customers across America. This is beef that comes from America. It doesn't come from Botswana. It doesn't come from outer Mongolia. It comes from farms and ranches in the United States of America. That's why they call it right in your backyard. So it's not just packaged here. It's grown and raised here and delivered right to your door. And it's stay-at-home moms who take your order and make all of this stuff happen. Get the person in your house who buys the groceries to go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed and buy all U.S. American meat. You're going to save 20% off your first order. And when you subscribe, you'll get an additional 10% off plus free shipping. Backyard Butchers, they're on a mission to bring American-raised and harvested affordable meat back to the dinner table. So go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed, get that 20% off, and when you subscribe, another 10% plus free shipping. Backyardbutchers.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Thomas Nicholas tweets, we were promised hellfire protests at the DNC convention. Where were they? I know.
Well, they were outside, though.
Yeah, but
they protested.
It wasn't hellfire protesting.
I mean, they had a lot of paid protesters out there. For sure. I mean, they U-hauled trucks in with signs and water and took care of them. And,
we were kind of thinking Chicago 1968.
Well, Chicago was prepared, right? I mean, they built the walls and locked it down.
They boarded the shops.
There was only
businesses.
a few. Yeah, there was only a few times that I saw footage of actual arrests that people were doing. The police kept it pretty tame.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Texas delegate that got
got robbed.
But that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
That might have happened any day.
That could happen anytime,
that's
anywhere.
Any city in America.
Okay, got it. Sorry.
Yeah. From Celebrate My Wrath, why do they spend so much time putting words in their parents' mouths? Who cares? Just tell everyone what your policy is. I guess it's hard to say communism. Yeah, it is. It is in this country still.
Yes.
But we're getting closer and closer to it.
Yes, we are.
Every day.
Yes, we are.
Let's see. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon, the party that hates and cancels mis and disinformation, just had a week-long convention filled with mis and disinformation. And it's all over the internet and news. Indeed it is.
Yep.
Indeed it is.
And they all just sop it up.
Yep. And the complicit media just plays along. Let's go to Sandra in Ohio. Hey, Sandra, you're on The Blaze.
Bingo!
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Good job.
Excellent.
Where'd your bingo happen?
Across the top.
Okay.
Pat, 15 minutes content in 2 hours.
Right.
Chris doesn't have the mic turned on, and you just did the mask are off.
Right.
And the cloud exists above us. And Jeffy just did nobody supports more than I do.
Excellent. Thanks for paying
Awesome.
attention. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And we got that $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com and the dozen Kexi cookies for you from Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. All right, let's finish up with the DNC convention. Just get this out of our system. She had a little bit more to say, and these are important items. The little bit of policy we did hear is, of course, all bad. It's all terrible. But one thing she wanted to make clear was her strong stand with Ukraine. Thank goodness. Yeah, keep that money
we have to
and
have
the weapons
that.
flowing. You got to have that.
We have to have that.
Continue to bury us in even more debt than you already have. That would be great.
Yes, please.
And entangle us in a war that could absolutely spread to World War III. This is what we need. This is what every American wants. And here she is talking about it.
As Commander-in-Chief, I will ensure America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
Will you?
You know she won't. No.
And I will fulfill our sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor and never disparage their service
Here we go again.
and their sacrifice.
Are you kidding me? Another reference to the Donald Trump lie.
Yeah. Never disparage.
Darn it.
I will make sure
USA,
Please.
that we lead the world into the future on space and artificial intelligence, that America, not China, wins the competition for the 21st century, and that we strengthen, not abdicate, our global leadership.
Really? Where you been?
Trump,
Yeah.
Where
on
you
the
been?
other hand, threatened to abandon NATO. He encouraged Putin to invade our allies.
Give me a
shut up.
break.
Said Russia could, quote, do whatever the hell they want. 5 days before Russia attacked Ukraine, I met with President Zelensky to warn him about Russia's plan to invade. I helped mobilize a global response, over 50 countries, to defend against Putin's aggression.
Why?
Listen to these warmongers, man. Since when is the Democrat Party so into war?
I mean, before
Ukraine is a country in Europe.
Before she spoke, they drug out Lou Panetta, right? I think that's his name, Panetta. I don't know, Lewis or whatever his stupid name is. He's on stage. I didn't know he was still alive, but he's there. And we have the ex-Secretary of the Defense talking about strong military. What? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You're all for war.
Yeah, I love the warmongering being done by Kamala and the rest of her Democrat morons. It's bizarre.
And why didn't when you were meeting with Zelensky before Russia attacked? Why didn't you say, "Hey, the reason that he's going to attack us because we've said that you're going to become part of NATO, which we said we weren't going to let happen.
Yeah,
so
which we promised.
We're not going to let it
we
happen
made a vow
now.
that we're not going to ever invite Ukraine into NATO. That's not a thing.
So when you were over there meeting with them, why didn't you set that straight?
And again, if it was Cuba and it was the Soviet Union saying, you know what, we're going to have an alliance with Cuba. That we've got a military agreement with them that if anything ever happens there, we're on their side. We're going to come in and attack, and we're going to fight their battles. Do you think that would be acceptable to us?
Not a chance.
Not in a million years. Not in a million years. We got a military alliance with Canada, us and between Canada and China, and we think that's going to be a great situation. Would we tolerate that? No. It's not siding with Putin to acknowledge this. It's asinine. This is stupid policy, and it shouldn't have happened. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
To be honest, I don't think I can do another DNC clip. I think we're done.
We have a couple we've got to get to. We've got Nancy Pelosi when she came out on stage yesterday.
Oh yeah, something fell out of her pocket or off of her leg or something. What happened there?
We have. Can
we see that? Let's
Tim
see
Walz.
That. Yeah, first let's see the Pelosi thing, and then we'll get to the other deal. If you have it, do we? Oh, we don't have it. All right. How about do we have the other thing, the Tim Walz deal? Yes, we do have that. That is ready. All right. Tell us what the Walz thing is.
This happened the other night after he accepted the nomination and did such a wonderful job.
Okay.
Speaking.
Yeah, he's great.
Brought the family out on stage, right? He had talked about the IVF and the kids, and they're all pouring. And so he brings the wife and the kids out on stage, and he's got the son, and he just yanks the kid up. And I mean, he's got a mean look on his face, man. Really kind of showed who he was.
Oh yeah,
get up here! I mean, it's amazing. When you watch it in slow motion, he's just like, "Get up here,
get going." What's the matter with you?
Get your
little idiot.
Then the kid grabbed right.
Okay, that's strange. Again, yet another weird thing from this weirdo.
I know the kid's on the spectrum or whatever. He's got.
Is he on the spectrum? Because all I know is that ADHD, anxiety,
and he was diagnosed with nonverbal learning disorder. I feel like that's just another subset as they start breaking down.
Some other disability
mental issues.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah, we don't want to say it.
We don't want you to say it.
Because I'm happy to say it.
No, we're not happy to have you say it. So let's play the Pelosi thing since we have it
Okay,
now.
so she walks out on stage.
What fell here?
Yeah, I don't know. The first line was, toilet paper that fell out. But I think it's a bag of cocaine.
Oh, yep, something fell.
It could be a bag of cocaine or meth.
Okay, so we're going to zoom in on that. And she's been snorting coke.
Yeah,
I love how she
the
looks
White House
back.
could have been hers.
I love how she looks back and realizes, crap,
my coke fell on the floor.
Yeah.
Nobody will call me on that.
I'll pick it up on the way out.
That is some weird stuff.
Right?
Yeah. It fits, though. Everything about this has been weird. Everything.
It sure does.
Which, again, is why they preemptively attached it to J.D. Vance.
Yeah. You look weird. Your nanny looks weird. You guys are both weird.
Didn't really work out for him, though.
Not really.
Didn't really work out. I don't think that stuck at all with J.D. Vance. Because people hear him every day, and it's like, he's not weird. What What is that?
Yeah.
I mean, he seems completely normal.
We'll see when they get back on the road if Walz continues with his, he went to Yale.
Yeah, we'll see.
He pulled himself up out of poverty.
Well, how
and made a better
embarrassing
person
that he started out as a hillbilly and in abject poverty and wound up at Yale. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Yeah. He should be ashamed of himself.
Since we're talking about Nancy, this is her, and this is interesting because she is really sad. According to her interview, she's really sad that she kicked out Joe out of the race.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Do you think your relationship will be there?
I hope so. I pray so. I cry so.
You worry about it?
You sleep on it. Yeah.
You think he's angry at you? You think he's angry at you?
I don't know. We haven't had a conversation.
Interesting.
Very tough. I know this is a friendship that goes back 50 years. He's on vacation, but are there any plans for you to talk?
Well, I hope so. But again,
you hope there are plans?
That was then. This is now. We have to go forward and use all of our energy, not reviewing the past, but going forward
right, we're
to
unburdened
win this
by,
election.
Thank you.
This is not going to be easy. The other side will misrepresent, mischaracterize,
are you
as they
kidding me?
They will try to nullify
that
everything
is all they've done all week.
Place for elections,
lie and misrepresent.
So
I can't. All right, stop. Oh man.
Good news is more people saw that now than saw it on MSNBC. So
that's true. That's for sure. Interesting Supreme Court ruling yesterday. By a 5-4 margin, they partially approved a request from the Republican National Committee that would make people in Arizona show proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote. Hello? Why would you not? Why would you not? Because you know who voted against that with the liberals? Amy Coney Barrett.
Wow.
Yep.
Once again, she defected from traditional values and principles and the American Constitution and sided with the three idiotic morons.
Yeah. But Pat, people at the voting booth were actually looking at people's driver's licenses and saying, who are you? Are you this? Oh, they did the trans thing too. That's what this was. Was this the same thing as the trans ID issue? No, that was here in Texas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm confusing. I'm mixing up the two because Texas banned the trans stuff on the driver's license. You got to be either male or female, and
you can't be non-binary.
I don't think so.
What if I'm non-binary? What if I don't have anything?
Then you can't drive.
What if I'm smooth like a Ken doll? What if that is the case? And there's just stuff just neutral.
I just got a picture.
You can put that. You can put that on the license. You can't do that.
I can.
Yeah,
okay.
There's the Ken doll.
And when it says gender, I can say smooth like a Ken doll.
Yes.
So that's important for me, because I don't want to be discriminated against. Yeah, it's incredible. The things.
So anyway, in Arizona, they're able to.
You got to show proof of citizenship before you can vote. Ta-da! What a horrible! How could you possibly?
Yeah, but there was something.
What discrimination?
But there was something missing from that, right? They didn't.
That's as far as they went. There were two other issues that three of the justices would also vote for, but of course, John Roberts said no, and so did Kavanaugh. And so the other two issues, like cleaning up the voter rolls and those things, they didn't vote for.
We're not doing.
They didn't side with that.
Go back down to the states for that. You guys work that out,
right?
We don't want to.
Yeah, we're not going to address that part. They keep doing that. I know. They make these narrow rulings that don't really decide anything for us. That don't really finish the issue off. Can you just make a ruling?
I got news for you, John Roberts. It's not going to help in what you're still going to get bashed from the left.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding.
They still aren't going to like you.
No, they're not.
No matter what you do. So just do the right thing.
He's not going to, though. He's just not going to. That's pretty evident now at this point.
Yeah.
The guy's just defected from the right. Also, this is kind of interesting. They found this massive diamond in Botswana. Of all places.
I got to tell you.
Botswana is the second largest place where we get diamonds.
For sure you were going to say beef. Because I have ever since you started.
No, it's number one in
Botswana
beef. It's number one in beef. It's number two in diamonds.
Backyard butchers ads.
Yes.
I can't stop hearing about Botswana now. Everywhere I turn, there's a Botswana story.
This is the second largest diamond ever unearthed.
Yeah, that's huge.
2,492 carats. It's almost a 2,500 carat diamond.
Yeah.
What would that thing would cost over $100 million?
That's easy. I mean, they've already sold some for like $80 million.
Good luck finding a setting for that, so that you could put that baby on your finger.
That's for a crown. That's a crown jewel.
That's
a crown jewel.
The biggest one they used for the crown. Yeah.
Yes, they did. Some of the gems in the royal crown, the British crown, came from the largest ever. What a surprise that they hogged that for themselves.
Well, I don't. Maybe if Kamala wins, will she commission a crown for herself?
Probably.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see William go commission one for Kate. To be honest,
that'd be great.
Tell his dad to take a hike. I'm doing this for my wife.
But this one was about 2,500 carats. The largest ever that was found in 1905 was 3,106 carats. Wow. And it was cut into the British crown jewels.
Yeah.
Nice. Stinking Brits. The mine also produced an 1,111 carat Lasiti Larona diamond, which was bought by a British jeweler in 2017 for $53 million. So this one's more than twice the size of that.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton bought the other one too. There was another one that they found that was I forget how big it was, but Louis
these
Vuitton,
are big.
Yeah, they're real big.
They're really big. They're not small. No. They're real big.
Real big.
Yeah. There's another one you probably don't know that reference, right, Chris?
Nope. I was
Honeycomb.
not looking, and I was like, I bet that's a song, and I saw your face.
It's a honeycomb jingle.
Okay.
Honeycomb cereal, which I don't know if even that exists anymore.
I don't know
Does it?
honeycomb.
It's not small. No. It's real big. Yeah. Weird. It's just weird, the stuff that pops into your head, isn't it, when doing this show? This is bizarre.
I heard you were telling me the other day that, and I have not verified this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going by what you said. That
that's always a good safety tip. Just go by what I said. Don't even do your own research. Just go by what I say.
Earworms.
Are if they last more than 2 or 3 days.
It's a medical condition.
It's a medical issue. Yeah, you're supposed to consult your doctor.
I mean, I need a physician on staff.
Yeah, you need a surgeon.
I would love a physician on staff anyway, to be honest with you. Just write the script. Okay, let's go. In fact, as a matter of fact, you just go get it.
What is the song? Since you've had it for weeks now in your head, what is it?
There's been two. One started, I don't know, the middle of last week when I ended a segment on Chewing the Fat with the phrase, "It's over." And then that brought on Boz Scaggs, "It's over" for...
oh my gosh!
I just can't get that out of my head. And
That's a weird one. Boz Scaggs, "It's over" has been going through your head.
Just because I ended a segment with "It's over."
I like that song.
I love that song,
but I don't want it in my head for weeks.
I mean, I'm happy to. I mean, I played it a million times. I couldn't get it out of there.
It's over.
And then
it's over.
We
now.
did a bit. I did a thing talking about Matthew Perry's death, and they arrested the people that sold him his ketamine and stuff, and they made a big deal. But in the story, they talk about the one lady that sold him the ketamine, and she goes by the name of Ketamine Queen, and so that got me to Billy Ocean and Caribbean Queen, and I've been singing that forever.
That's funny.
I love that song.
Do you?
Yeah. Billy Ocean?
I had enough of it in 1985 or four or five.
Oh, well, I changed the words to Ketamine Queen, and then it's just stuck in my head forever.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
So apparently that's a medical condition.
I got to add "It's Over" by Boz Scaggs to my playlist right now.
It's really,
I love that song.
I love that song.
Did you fix your iPad?
Yeah, well, I got a new one.
I got a new one. Okay.
Yeah, there was no fixing it. There's no going back on that thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember I mentioned last week that I had quite a morning. I dropped my iPad.
Right, forgot your laptop.
I had to go all the way back home and then back here, and so I replaced the laptop. So
I think
not the laptop, but it was my iPad.
I think the iPad would be a little bit more durable.
You would think, right? For the price they charge for those things,
yeah,
should be shatterproof. What's your deal, Apple? What kind of crappy products are you pushing on us?
You didn't drop it more than 3 or 4 feet, right?
No, it's probably 4 feet.
That's an issue with manufacturing.
It is. It is. A Chinese-built piece of crap.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bought another one.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The longtime leader of the Anti-Defamation League, who now serves as Director Emeritus, just expressed concern about Jews being forced to meet in secret locations at the Democrat National Convention due to security threats and anti-Semitism. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, that is interesting.
Abraham Foxman, who, he's been there forever. We've been talking about this guy at the ADL for as long as I can remember. I know in my heart that in the future it will be better for Jews in America than it is today, but I fear it will never be the same. Wow. After 50 years fighting anti-Semitism in America, I could not have imagined a time Jews would have to meet in secret locations in Chicago at the DNC. Fascinating, Abe. What's it going to take for this guy and his organization to wake up and realize who their friends really are?
Thank you.
It is not and has never been the Democrats. It is Christians on the right. Call them Republicans if you will, but conservative Christians on the right are your friends. We've been there for you and for Israel from the beginning. While Democrats stab you in the back every chance they get. Welcome to America, Abe. Wow. Seriously, what does it take? Do you have to be beaten over the head? Because that's what they're doing to you right now. They're beating you over the head with their anti-Semitism. Sure. They don't like you. They've never liked you. We do. Because, for one thing, we get it. It's biblical for us. It's in our souls. And the guy's a Holocaust survivor. He served as the director of the ADL from 87 to 2015. Now he's still emeritus. And it's now run by Jonathan Greenblatt, a former Obama aide. I mean, again, when will you learn? Seriously. It's incredible. What is it going to take? And you've got Joe Biden, who just said that the protesters outside the DNC have a point.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck with your Democrat friends, your buddies who are so close and so helpful to your cause. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
With friends like that, who needs enemies? And with Republicans like Adam Kinzinger, who needs Democrats?
Oh,
this guy. Oh, man. So he claimed that he's a vote for Kamala Harris. Was it just last night? Was he there last night?
Yes,
on the last night of the DNC, they have Adam Kinzinger speak because they can parade him as if he's a Republican, a conservative. And look at this hardcore conservative wants Kamala. I mean, everybody is turning their back on Donald Trump and going with Kamala. He said that voting for her would be in support of America's bedrock values. What? Okay. All right. You know, he claims that the Republican Party is not conservative anymore, and that's why he can't support it. But Kamala Harris is?
Okay.
Just
let's go on that premise.
It's an upside down world.
Yeah, the Republicans aren't conservative. I give you that.
Right. Yeah, but more conservative than Kamala Harris. More conservative than the Marxist Party.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that the other day, right?
Man.
I could see not wanting to vote for Trump.
Yes.
But
yes.
That should not drive you to Kamala. I mean,
no,
Keith's
it doesn't make any sense at all.
RFK is dropping out today, right? I mean,
to endorse Trump, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, that's the news. He's supposed to drop out today and endorse Donald Trump.
We'll see if that actually happens.
I know.
I think it will,
and
actually.
he's doing a special event. I think we have the picture for that special event of Donald Trump sent out a flyer with a special announcement.
Oh, right.
That's
Where
going
they
to
had
happen.
the shadow, right?
Yeah, and then I think it's definitely going to happen.
Okay.
And the shadow that's supposed
The
to,
shadow,
everybody
yeah.
say
Right
is
there.
Join President Trump
know.
in Glendale, Arizona, and is RFK supposed
Jr.
to be there?
is in Glendale, Arizona.
That
He
shadow,
That's kind of cool.
That shadow looks
sent-
like Beyonce to me.
Or Taylor Swift.
Oh, it could be
Yeah, one of the
Taylor
two.
Swift.
Yeah, with their
Or
hair
Mitt Romney.
pulled back. Mitt Romney, maybe.
George
yeah.
Bush.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, George W.
It could be George W. But yeah, he RFK Jr. sent out a press release, told the press that he'll be at Glendale, Arizona as well. So
there
we'll
you
see.
go.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I can't wait. That should be fun.
That should be fun.
I mean, are they guaranteeing him a spot in
Let him run
the
Let
administration?
him run the CIA.
CIA. I want him CIA. Yes.
That'd be cool. Or, I don't know, give him Fauci's old position?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
head
that.
of the NIH, yeah. That would not be a bad idea either.
Yeah. All right. Let's just finish off with something fun here. I got this list of 9 overplayed songs that you probably don't want to ever hear again in your life. We just talked about It's Over by Boz Scaggs. You probably haven't heard that all that much, really.
Caribbean Queen, though.
Caribbean Queen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
At the time, yeah.
In the 80s. I don't think I've heard that, though, in the last 30
This is
years.
the Friday program of Chewing the Fat.
Except for on Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
That's the only place. So we'll get to this list in just a second. But first, let me tell you about the best-selling air purifier, Eden Pure Thunderstorm, with proven oxy technology. That it's so great because, as you may or may not know, it doesn't contain any filters in this thing.
That's
I love that.
It's modern
Seriously, we joke
technology.
about it all the time because we've made the point by now, I think. But the modern technology of this is amazing, and you don't ever have to pay for or do the maintenance on it.
replacement,
It's
yeah.
great. You just pop up the plug-in, stick it in the outlet, turn it on, and it starts to work.
Voila.
Yeah, that nasty fish smell is gone. The pet odors, diapers, whatever odor. It just gobbles it up. Fantastic. That's why it's got so many 5-star reviews. It really does work. Any smell will vanish after seconds. Viruses, mold, mildew, all of that kind of stuff, gone in a matter of seconds. Sends out these O3 molecules, seeks out and destroys all of that stuff. So it even goes behind furniture. Nothing can hide from the thunderstorm. And best of all, again, no filters. Fantastic. So start enjoying your house with a fresh smell again. You can save $200 right now on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack. You get 3 units for under $200. Put one in your basement, your bedroom, your family room, kitchen, wherever you need it. You get fresh, clean air. Go to EdenPureDeals.com, use the discount code PAT3, and you'll save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT3.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Overplayed song you may not want to ever hear again goes back a ways. In fact, I think I'm ready to hear this one again. It's been a long time since I've listened to the Moody Blues, Nights in White Satin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's a song that...
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it sure is. And you hear it, and I don't know that I make it all the way through.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, the long version is like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
It's really long. That's where
Maybe.
they do the poem in the middle.
It's been
or as
long
you would
enough.
say, the poem.
The poem. It's been long enough, though. You probably, if it came on, you're going to listen to it.
Breathe deep, the gathering gloom. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
light fade in every room, or whatever it is. Yeah, somebody's doing
I love
some-
this Moody Blues stuff, man.
I know. That one and Dark Side of the Moon, that's what happens. The Eagles, Hotel California.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I love that song. It's one of my all-time favorites. But, yeah, it got a lot of airplay.
Sure did.
This one, in America, Paul McCartney's Mull of Kintyre.
What?
That was never played.
No.
Every legendary artist is allowed to write a dud or two. Sure, The good sentiment is there, and McCartney threw in some good elements here, but come Christmas time, this one gets slotted in and simply jars you. At Christmas, you hear Mull of Kintyre. Never. I've never heard Mull of Kintyre at Christmas.
I don't know.
Or any other time, really.
I don't know that I've even heard that as a fill during the overnights on the Christmas streams.
I know. Do you know that this was his first number one as a solo artist in Great Britain?
Oh, wow.
And I don't think it even. I don't know that it ever charted in America. We don't play that one here. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hate that song. Vangelis, Chariots of Fire. I don't hear that anymore at all. No. This one for sure was ruined. We Built This City by Jefferson Starship.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
Yeah, great song.
Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
And I never liked this one. Not even the first time I ever heard it. Billy Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. What a terrible.
I mean, that was a classic.
Terrible
Billy
song.
Ray.
Oof.
Classic.
Classically bad, yes, I agree with you.
And there's no Paul McCartney.
All right, we got the overtime coming up. Have a great weekend.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.